Hello everyone, Helen here and welcome. Today I will be playing with this month's August 2023 paper pad of the month. I am using sketches by Jess Crafts for inspiration, and here are the 5 sketches that I picked out. I will have her website linked down below so that you can check out her free sketches. They are really fun, and the best part about it is you do not waste anything. So I picked out 3 cardstocks from Stampin' Up. I brought in my Doodlebug Doilies, linen twine, and here are some enamel dots from my stash. And here is the linen twine all tied up so that I can decorate my cards with them. So let's get started with the first card. Now it's completely optional for you to put a pattern paper on your background, and so I decided that I'm gonna use the fall gingham pattern papers to cover up the back. I did this to 8 of my cards. 2 of the cards did not include a gingham background because I felt like the pattern papers already covered up the white areas. So I only did it for the cards that have a lot of white space. I also chose pattern papers that have a neutral background, and most of the pattern papers do have a neutral background. Teresa did an awesome job of complementing each of the pattern papers with a background that so that you can have you can flip them over, and it will be easier to work with. And this time around I chose the images that were printed on the pattern paper rather than using the matching ephemeras that you can purchase separately. On my last project, which I will have linked down below, I did use the ephemera pack, which complements the pattern paper, and again you have the option to purchase that, and I will have all the supplies and items that I used down below. But for those who only have the paper pad, I wanted to give you guys ideas and inspiration so you can just use what you have. And I found it super easy to just fussy cut the images. I initially ran it through my brother's scan and cut, but for some reason it stopped cutting in the middle. I think it was because there was a paper that was sticking out, so it kind of read it funny, and thank goodness it didn't rip it because I really needed all of those cut aparts to create my cards here. And so I was able to salvage it, and I did fussy cut the rest, which was super easy. I love that she scaled the images nice and big. And I also appreciate the fact that she included sentiments because, if you don't have a stamp set to go with this particular paper pads, she gave you that option that you can use the sentiments that was included in the cut aparts. So yeah. Also, I wanted to bring back the doilies as well as the linen thread. I just felt like it gave the cards a kind of like a rustic and a country feel to it, and I really like that. And I was initially gonna also use rhinestones to bling it up, but I was like, that's too fancy, so I toned it down with the enamel dots. I would use the enamel dots from Jaime, the one that she came out with, but I ran out of the colors that I needed from the last project I made, so I searched through my stash and found a whole bunch of enamel dots and just picked out the ones that would match the card appropriately. All right, so for these cards here, I matted my cards with cardstocks and gave it a 1/8 inch border. The colors that I chose, if you happen to use Stampin' Up ones, are Night of Navy, I believe Elegant Eggplant, and Real Red. This particular sketch here that I'm using is my most favorite from Jess Crafts, and here's the reason why. Like when you use your pattern papers and you cut it like 4 by 5 1/4 to cover up your whole card base, and you're usually left with a 2x6 strip. This particular sketch here is a perfect sketch to use up those 2x6s, where you can just cut it 1 by 5 1/4, and you can just mix and match it. I have a lot of paper pads that have a lot of 2x6s left, and I feel like this one right here will really help me use up those little leftover strips. And I think I might make some this weekend, you know, because I just want to clear out some of my stash, because it's, you know, fall and holidays, and you know, I love crafting during the holidays, especially fall. Christmas, yes, but I think fall and Halloween, particularly Halloween, is my favorite. I don't send out a lot of Halloween cards, but I just love making Halloween stuff. My first born, she was she's an October baby, and so I've always been into the Halloween decorating and just everything Halloween. All right. So for this card, I used the doily. Oh, and I also saved those leftover strips, the 4 by 3 1/4 inches. Those are perfect strips to put inside your card. And so I saved those and decorated the inside of my cards with them. And that finishes up that card. And so yeah, the sketches that Jess Crafts makes, one sketch will make 2 cards, and there is no waste whatsoever. That's one thing I love about her sketches, is that 1, it's detailed. 2, she uses up the whole 6x6 paper pad, and then she gives you options on how you can make your card. Sometimes she has 2 variations, and you know, most of the time she'll have 1, but I just love the fact that when I use her sketch, I know that I won't be wasting paper from the pattern paper. Okay, I'm repeating myself. All right, so we're on cards 9 and 10. So the back of the pattern paper here is just a red card. I mean, a red color. So I put the doily there just to break it up, and then I chose the cherries, and I popped that up. And this one says, "You're totally my jam." This one right here is my favorite one of all, because I just liked how that cherry looks on top of that doily, and then adding the linen twine on top of it. It just, I don't know, it just gives it a nice finishing touch. And then the enamel dots. This one right here, it was giving me a hard time because my tool wasn't picking up the enamel dot, and it kept getting stuck on the acetate there. So yeah, it wasn't working in my favor, but that's okay because it worked out in the end. Well, this completes the 10 cards, 5 sketches. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below if you have a favorite or what you think of it. I appreciate you spending your time with me and taking the time to watch this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will see you on my next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.